Okay, we're at the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. We're behind Sugarland Visitor Center. We just walked behind the main offices. We're going to take a shortcut trail. I've never took a shortcut trail, this one. It takes us over to the trail to Fighting Creek Trail. It can take us to the cabin. It can take us to Cataract Falls. We've been to Cataract Falls. We're going to go to the cabin today. We're just taking a little shortcut. From Sugarland Visitor Center, you walk out the backside. And here you go. This is what you find. Yep. Down this trail, across this bridge. As you can tell, it's not wheelchair friendly. It's just very stroller friendly. But the trail's nice and wide. They have some nice little things here. Let's do a little stop here. It's a sweet gum tree. Yepers. Sweet gum. All the way back to the cabin on the clockwise. If you're running clockwise from 6 to 11, that's what you find. And here you go. Sassafras. In case you want to know what a sassafras tree looked like, that's it. Boy, I thought it goes up above me. Ooh, very nice. You can tell this is a well-used trail. You can park at the Sugarland Visitor Center, go in and buy your trinkets. I think there's a video room. They have a little video about the Smokies there. And you can go on the trail. Walk this to, you cross the main creek bridge. You can take a right and it'll take you to Cataract Falls, or you can take a left and it'll take you to John Ownby. Is that right? John's a cabin, the backwoods. That's where we're going to go today. It's basically a matter of we go clockwise or counterclockwise. A lot of it depends on what the trail looks like. We have to cross a creek. And it's not necessarily a creek, it's a more of a water runoff, but it is a water runoff. There's water in it year round. Or should I say, there's water in it every time I'm here. And it's early 20s of November. 3 days is Thanksgiving. I actually am surprised at the amount of people here. But that's life. It's wonderful to have people here. You know what you just did, don't you? Whenever you have your first girlfriend, they're going to show her the picture. You better be nice to Mom and Dad the rest of your life. Okay, what's the warning sign? Active bear. Yellow jackets are active in the area. Okay, here's the thing. We normally go that way, but I think we got to go this way to get across that water creek. That creek. Yeah, it's kind of a mucky kind of deal. So we're going to take our times. Yeah, see, we're going to cross this. Mucky, mucky, mucky. Not hard at all. Just spread your feet. Oh, look at that. Yep. Right up in there. Let's take a little break and just look around. Most of the trees are pretty much naked now. The evergreens are still green. They're going to be that way forever. That's how evergreens are until you burn them. Burn it and kill it. Beautiful burgundy red leaves. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There is some elevation gain here. But that's a hike. It's not a walk, it's a hike. You can walk to Cataract Falls. If you take the 6 to 11 counterclockwise path, it's a hike. If you take the 6 to 11 clockwise, it's a walk. Beautiful tree. You look over here, there's one crossing the ravine or the cut. I don't remember what, I think this is a ravine, not a cut. Wow, look at that. Stopping. Look at that nice gray tree. I wish I knew what it was. Look how big it gets. Awesome sauce. Part of this is just a walk, but there are sections where you're actually hiking. You got to climb a hill. Back there was a little bit of a hike. This is a kind of a walk here. You're walking along the side of the road to Cades Cove. The other side of the trail is right down in there. So you know. Okay, I don't like this. Okay. I unlocked everything. The sun coming in out of the trees was messing it up. Another one of those awesome trees in the foreground. In the background, got these nice, the lower level, the lower height, is that right? Lower height trees are still leafed. The upper ones that gets the frost first, they're pretty much naked. But it's pretty much open, so they should probably get the next frost or two that comes through. Let me get in a good place. We're working our way up to there. That area. Here comes the hiking part again. Again, you have to choose your path. The roots are damp. They can be mossy. The leaves are wet. The ground is wet. It can be slip and slide. So you have to be kind of careful. I'm wearing hiking shoes with some aggressive tread on it, so. There's the road out there. It's like we got a vehicle coming and we'll stay on them a little bit longer. There it is, there's the vehicle. Down here is the return trail. If we were hiking clockwise, we'd been coming that way first. I like hiking both ways because it's like two different trails. Yeah, we were just down in there. Okay, the hikey part, I've got to go up about 3 foot. Use the roots as steps. I think we're at the point we're going to take a right. We'll come back to this part of the trail in a second, or two or three, maybe more. Remember when I stood down there and pointed up this direction to right here? This is where we're going to be. Well, that's where we're at. Another reminder, safety reminder, it is wet, wet, wet. Everything's wet. You can slide right off the edge of that and down into that ravine. And as you can tell, I'm the only one up here right now. You may be there a long time before any help shows up. There's no guarantee there's any phone service. It is the Smokies. Phones don't work very well here. Look at how beautiful that is. And we're going to walk right up through that. Let's take a break. For those of you who've been using my YouTube videos, the ones in the last year, since I went to cell phone with gimbal, using them on a big TV in front of your treadmill, enjoy. Crank up the resistance a little bit. If you can change the degree of angle, crank it up. If it's at 5, crank it up to 10. And now you can crank it down to about 5 again. We're in the walk section now. Take a breather, relax. Get a little sip of water, hydrate. Heard some weird noises behind me. I don't know if it's catching it up, picking it up or not. It's snowing leaves. Strange sound. Here you go. Crank that elevation up another 5 degrees. You're not running, you're walking. There you go, now you can turn it back down. If you want to go across there, you turn it down to 2. Use this as a catch your breath. Relaxing. Through the woods. They got a bench here you can sit down. I don't sit on them. It's wet, okay? We're gonna go down there in just a little bit. Wander around through here, through the timber. Take a little break, get a little sip of water. Never hesitate to hydrate. I don't care if you're riding a bike, walking, hiking, sitting at home, watching this video. Hydrate. Ooh, something I just seen. Wow. You know what that is? I'm going to give you 2 words. It's a fish. It's called trout. Lily. Look at the leaves. They have a trout looking pattern on them. Absolutely beautiful. Tells me I need to come up here April, late March, early April, and I may be able to see trout lilies blooming here. I don't know exactly what that is, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to find out. I don't have any cell reception here, so I can't use my Google Lens. But I can grab a picture off my video and use my Google Lens to give me a name. Those of you who are wanting to find out names of snakes and spiders and leaves and stuff, you got Android, you got access to Google. Download the Google Lens, L-E-N-S. And you can point it at a plant, animal, whatever, or use a picture from your phone and tap the screen, and you have access to Google's massive database. And so far, they've been 99.5% correct in everything I've seen. Don't need any of the other apps. Google Lens. Now, for you Apple people that use Apple iPhones and iPads and stuff, I have no clue. I don't use one, so I don't know if you can access that. You probably have to be able to get on Google maybe they have a similar but I don't know, so I'm not going to tell you that you can or you can't. But I know with Android you can access Google because Android is Google. Beautiful. And right down there's the trail we're going to come back on. Let me get it right. Let me get it right. The two narrow trees. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it at? Right in there. Cabin. I like this route to the cabin. I like the counterclockwise route to the cabin because it's more like over the river and through the woods to Grandma's house we go. That's what's in my mind, to go to the cabin. My oldest daughter is coming over for Christmas. I will check with her so I can give proper information for Apple, for your iPhone people in the future. That way I'm not, I can give proper information. Because right, the most proper I can give right now is I don't know. Yep. Grandma's house in the woods. That's the mountaintop views. Look at that red, that tree's red up there. Some trees still have color because it's their time. It's peak for them. And I go across another one of these scary bridges. I almost got leafed. Now, if I remember right, those are hickory. That's a hickory tree, bush, or something. That's the back door. I'm always apprehensive about going into these cabins. If I could just see Mama Bear in here with her cubs, taking a nap, waiting for some foolhardy person like me to come in, just walk in stupid blind. Why did they build a house here? One of the many things they look for to build a house is a spring for continuous water. That great view. Let's go to the front porch and have a great view. But we'll look at the great view of the front porch on our way to the front porch. How's that sound? Oh, almost got leafed again. Yeah, Richard and my first time here was in October. First time here was with my buddy Richard. Great fella. He helped me get moved up here 3 years ago. It was great. See what you can do with this window here, for those of you that know about it. You can look out the window and you can holler, "Hey, Grandpa, what's for supper?" And that will bring back memories for some people. And other people, they just go, "Huh?" Okay. I'm just sitting in the chair on my front porch looking out at my front yard. Yes, sirree. Standing up. Yes, sirree. Hey, Ma, let's go into Walmart and get ourselves some Wi-Fi television stuff. Yeah, they didn't have that back in the early 1900s. And you can tell that foundation is built to code. I can't tell you how many houses that my dad worked on, remodeled, that sometimes that was the foundation of a $150,000 house at the time. That was like 30 years ago, and the house was valued at $150,000. It had a stone foundation. Anyway, we're on the back part of the loop. Let's go down here. Let's use this tree right here. That's our turnaround tree. See, if you went clockwise, you'd come this way. See, it's a fabulous cabin. It's just not as spectacular as it is coming down that part of the trail. To me, anyway, to me. And you get a lot of road noise because you're right there beside the road. Oh yeah, one other little bit. You go on the road, you'll find a little section right over here. It's a little turnaround. You can actually, this time of year, you can actually park there, walk over to the edge of the blacktop, and you can see the cabin. I wouldn't suggest walking across there, but usually walk across the creek. You may be in mud up to your knees. There's the trail. You can see the line. It's an awesome tree. That yellow, that evergreen right there. Trail's right there. We were just up there. Notice I haven't seen anybody out here. They're probably going to the waterfall instead of here. There's no problem with that, you understand? First thing I did, never got here. My sweetheart is the one that started this hiking deal with me. She wanted to go see a waterfall. She's mobility challenged. She can't walk the half-mile round trip from the Sugar Land Visitor Center to Cataract Falls. I took her in a wheelchair. Took her as far as I could. They told me how to get her there. And I got within, I actually went back later on another visit and counted the steps. She got out of the wheelchair and pushed the wheelchair as a walker. 76 steps. to get her picture taken in front of Cataract Falls. And then she used the wheelchair as a walker to go back 76 steps. Got back in the wheelchair and I took her back to the car. I've been hiking ever since. And I'm going to say this just for the truth. If you're watching this, it wasn't videoed for you. I'm just being honest. It's videoed so my wife can enjoy the Smokies and the hike with me. I plugged the phone. I got a HDMI out, C-type to HDMI to my cord, plug it into my TV, and we watched this on a 60-inch TV. 60-inch TV was given to me by my buddy Richard. Thank you very much, Richard. And Kelly. She got it for Richard for his birthday. Then he gave it to me. How you doing?
Is this a loop?
Yes.
Okay. Comes back where we started?
It comes back up, yeah. You have to cross the little waterway, but watch where you're going.
Oh, there's no bridge?
No. It's you'll find another one about up and around the corner where there's some tree limbs laying across. Okay. Just spread your feet,
okay.
Go across. It's not a problem.
How far is this loop? Do you know? I thought we were on the .8 loop, but we're not.
That's probably about right.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's a cabin right down there.
Okay, that's what we were kind of looking
Yes.
for. Okay, we'll
And
go look at it.
where you're from when you cross the bridge,
Yeah.
you're 2/3 of the way there.
All right.
You have the option of coming back this way
We may-
or going out and up and across and back down.
But it's shorter going the loop out.
It's more strenuous because you have to go up the hills and down the hills. This is a walk, that's a hike.
Okay, we'll come back. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful day. This your first time to the Smokies?
Oh, no, I'm from Ellijay, Georgia.
Okay. Remember this, Richard? This is our first stop. Yeah, we both needed it. Well, I'm not the only ones out here now. It's beautiful. Beautiful out here. Yep, that's the road to Elkmont, Laurel Falls, Cades Cove, and all points west. You end up, if you make the right turns, you end up at Townsend, and you hit 321 and keep on going. Fun times. Look at the steepness of that. I'd say you're probably 60 to 80 feet above the road. Awesome sauce. It's always awesome sauce. Oh yeah, it's a snag. Maybe that's a better angle of the slope. Better view of the slope. For some reason today I've been filming mostly with my right hand instead of my left. I don't know. Let's go to my left, see if it changes any. My left hand, to me, seems to float. That fourth axis takes my my up and down as I walk out of it. It's still there, but takes some of it. 40-50%, something like that. So the up and down isn't quite so bad. Oh, a lot of people on the trail, this part of the trail. Ooh, beautiful pup. This isn't a pup trail. I'm not going to say anything to him. How you doing?
Hi.
That's a nice looking dog. And I think, yep, trail's right over there. That we went on the first half. Yep, that's where it's at. Doesn't do me any good to get into a fight with him. About the dog on the trail. This trail was in the lower part, and it's always wet. Anytime I've been here, it's always been wet. Because We were way up there in the high section earlier on this trail. Now we're coming up to the creek river, so we should be coming to the bridge, and we cross back. We're not crossing back over. We're going to go on down. We're going to make this kind of a figure eight. We're going to go on down the trail to Cataract Falls, underneath the bridge, back up to the road, to the top of the bridge, and get to the vehicle, and then see about getting ourselves home.